What's up, you sick, twisted freaks? How are you tonight? Hope everybody's good. Hope you're joining me tonight, and we're just gonna hang out and talk about whatever. It doesn't matter. Just didn't do this live stream. I thought, I don't know if I felt like, but I do. I'm here. I'm gonna hang out, talk for a little while, run my mouth like I always do. That's what I do on these live streams. Conversation can be yours if you want to. Just jump in and tell me what you want to talk about. Now, actually, letting the music play a little bit louder. I'm going to turn that down because it's weird. My mixer setup is odd. I always struggle with it. That's the one thing I struggle with when it comes to doing a live stream, is actually getting my mixer setting. Let me adjust this microphone. Anyways, I hope if you join me tonight, you're having a great day. I hope everything is good in your world, and I hope that hope you've had a good week behind you. And if not, hope this week coming up's a better week. I kind of went live a little bit earlier. I usually go at 7 on the dot, but went a little bit early. That's okay. That's quite all right. So now I'm just going to hang out, run my mouth for a little while. If you want to join me, join me. If you don't, well, hopefully next time. Anyways, I don't really have a topic. I've used to have topics a lot, but I don't have topics now. So, that being said, I'm just going to talk. Talk. That's what it is. I need some water. I brought my water bottle with me tonight because the other night I was doing a live stream and I was really thirsty. Oh, let me get some water. This is the Bearded Guy Podcast channel. I am Scott Winters. In case you didn't know. But tonight, I'm actually doing some different things with my I don't know how this looks. Normally I do a lot of testing of the video and audio quality before I actually go live, and tonight I didn't do any of that. I just kind of said, you know what? I threw care to the wind, and I just kind of threw this together at the last minute. Hope you like the opening there. The not only my little, I call it a splash screen. It's actually just a thumbnail is what it is. But then my video opening, I took some time in DaVinci Resolve and designed this opening because I really wanted something that stood out. But then the one thing, I need to do is make the podcast logo there a little bit wider. And the cool thing about that is I did all this in DaVinci Resolve. And if you've not used DaVinci Resolve and you're a video creator, I suggest you go get it. It's free. Free is a good price. Free is the best price ever. So again, tonight we're just talking. I was actually recording my next episode for my podcast about Area 51, the conspiracy theories that are tied to that. And there's so much information there. I had to break that down into 2 parts. And I'll actually, once I get the podcast episode recorded, I'll actually turn those 2 parts into a video podcast, which is what I did with my that thing. Yeah, that gummit, the Illuminati. Crap, where's my mind? Which I actually did with the Illuminati, and I'll be doing that one again. I'll be doing something like that again with the Area 51. I like that interaction, and I actually stumbled across something weird with that video whenever I made it. And it gave me some really good ideas about what I could do different in the video creation. Now, it was purely by accident, but what happened was I actually, when I recorded with 2 different cameras, I used my Logitech C920 and then I used my Nikon D750, and I was recording at different angles. And unbeknownst to me, there's a big word of the day, unbeknownst. Unbeknownst to me, it looked like what I was doing was interviewing myself. It was weird. It was the weirdest thing ever. And I said, I could capitalize on that and use it in future videos, but do it in a better way. So I'm actually going to be trying some of that stuff out with the videos coming up. And, using graphics and different things like that, it just adds more to it, I think. So, again, a lot of ideas, a lot of things that bounce around in my head that I think are great. Now, most people may look at them and go, what are you talking about? That kind of sucks. And it may suck well indeed, but that's okay. That's okay. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. That's how you get better, is actually trying different things. And again, I stumbled across that little weird anomaly. Hey, Chuck, how you doing, man? Good to have you here. Glad you joined us. I'm just running my mouth tonight. We're talking about some different things with, video production. Listen to me. That's not video production. Actually talking about, creating videos and using DaVinci. And one of the weird things I come up with, purely by accident, but I'm going to try it again for future episodes. But again, not really a lot to talk about tonight, Chuck. I don't know how long we're going to be on, but thought I'd jump on here. I was actually recording a podcast episode, and I got frustrated with it because I don't know. Sometimes when I record it, it's good or it's not good, and that just wasn't good. I didn't like it. And you know what? While you're here, Chuck, one of the most played episodes I ever posted for a podcast was you and Cindy actually sitting down and talking with me. That was actually got the most traction of anything that I've posted to date. So thank you guys for doing that. And I'd like to do another sit down with you again. Maybe this time get some different people. You and a couple other people, whatever y'all want to do, I'll be open for that. We actually, I'm about, I don't know, that close to doing a bunch of different people in at one time. I just need to get some people together to do a podcast, come up with a couple of topics. That's one of the things I've found with podcasting is that while the storytelling part of it or we'll call them narrative podcast actually do well for some I don't know, some people, but I found that the interactive, when you've got more than one in the group actually sitting around, those do the best because it's a lot of commentary bouncing around and it's a lot of different interaction because that's, I don't know, I just think they work good, and I'm going to try some of that coming up. But again, I hope you're doing good tonight, Chuck. Hopefully some more people will join us. If they don't, that's fine. That's all well and good. I don't really expect a lot of people to come in. We have had some characters on here the past couple of times we've been on. It's good though. I like the people that come in who just have a different perspective on life and look at things in a different way. And one of the little guys, his name it's Ninja Cat MC. That was him, Ninja Cat MC. Almost got me in trouble. He asked me to review or give a feedback or give some review on a video and I pulled it up and unfortunately the audio came through and I had to delete the video. It was an odd experience, but maybe he'll join us tonight and see what's going on with him. I don't know. Tonight's kind of a yeah, well, I mean, most people would probably watch some of my live streams and go, God, what is wrong with this weirdo? Why is he even doing this? But yeah, it's, and I thought about it, doing this live stream. I thought maybe I don't need to wear the headphones. But then I thought, my audio has done some weird loop-de-loops before, and I figured I better keep them on. So I'm actually looking at some thinner profile, open back studio monitor type earphones, and I found a good deal on some. And of course, my birthday's coming up, and if my wife is watching, that's what I want. So I don't know. I like the headphones. These are a lot better than what I had. But I don't know. I kind of like that Sans headphone look. I might do that later. Once I can trust everything. Yeah. Well, man, that's the thing. That's the thing I try to tell my kids all the time. Just be who you are. Weird or not, be who you are. Roll with what you roll with. And I don't think that's weird. I think it's really cool. You guys do the cosplay and all of that stuff. It's cool to me to see people actually put a lot of time and energy into that. Myself, I don't see me doing it. I'm more of a spectator, if you will. I'm the guy on the sidelines watching everything. So, but yeah, no, be yourself. Be who you are, weird or not. That's the thing. It took me a long time growing up to actually get to that point where I felt comfortable being myself. It was, oh yeah, real soon. Okay. Which one is this one going to be? But yeah, it took me a long time to actually be comfortable with who I was. Oh, that is right. Days of the Dead. Excuse me. That's in. Where is that going to be at? That's here in Atlanta, right? I had told my wife that I was really interested in doing something and going to that. For the to get some pictures and do some different things. Maybe even do. I could take my recorder and actually do some podcasts downtown Atlanta. Yes, because I actually liked that and I was interested in that. I saw it on a Facebook feed. And what's the date of that, Chuck? And how much is it to get into it? Really? Yeah, well, that's the thing. I probably will. if I, because me and my wife, it's in February. That's my birthday, so maybe I can kind of parlay that into just an outing. That would be kind of cool. So is it like Dragon Con where people dress up? And I know it's it's Day of the Dead theme, but is that where people dress up and come in and just have a good time? I'm sure it's a lot of food and drinking and everything else, right? That's the thing. I've always been kind of a social misfit. February 7th, 8th, 9th. Okay, cool. So you guys going all 3 nights, or you just doing like one night or 2 nights out of the thing? Okay, all 3 nights. Cool. Well, that's the thing. I want to do something like that and go hang out, do something different. The hardest part we have is our youngest son. I don't. This is me. I don't like leaving him here at night by himself. Even though he is 11, 12 years old, I still don't want to leave him here by himself. Maybe if one of his older brothers are around. Okay, yeah. Maybe one of his older brothers are home that one of the nights that we could probably pick to go. When is the 7th, 8th, and 9th? Let me check my calendar. Weekend. Okay, cool. Let me see. February 7th is Friday. Yeah, it would have to be like the 8th for us, because when I get off work, I'm not going anywhere. So home. so, so what's like the best night? Would it be, okay, 35 for the day, 75 for the weekend? Yeah, it's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. What all is included in that, Chuck? I mean, what activities are there for people to come in and hang out and do? Is it just I don't know what it includes, because all of this kind of new genres. I got, got the weekend off. yeah, but yeah, this is all new. What do people actually do there when they go? Let me adjust this. I'm sorry, this is bothering me. Okay, that's much better. Yeah, so I still got all those pictures from Dragon Con, on my hard drive here, and I look at them from time to time when I'm looking for something that I could use, and I actually it was a good time. Me and my oldest son. The only thing next time we're gonna bring my middle son and possibly little man too. Okay, cool, man. Thanks. We're gonna bring my my herd of boys with me next time to kind of check it out and see what's going on. So I'm sure they'll enjoy it. But yeah. Yeah, so there's all kinds of stuff like that go on in and around Atlanta that I really wasn't privy to till, we started doing stuff like this and, actually talking to you about different things. So I don't know. That'll be kind of cool. I don't think there's going to be a lot of people in tonight, but that's okay. We'll stay on for a little while. Yeah. I actually did some sound stuff to my room today because I had a lot of echo and bounce. I haven't done the sound absorption panels that you see a lot of people doing on YouTube and that you see in studios and everything else. Excuse me. I actually just did. I actually took some like 4 foot dowels and some hangers, some clip hangers, and I used some old quilts that my wife had stored in the storage room or storage closet back here. And I hung them up on the wall to take away some of that reflection and some of that echo. And to me, I can hear the difference. There's still some more that could be done. There's some areas that I could treat a little differently, but it's made a big difference. Yeah, let me crank up that volume. How about that? Is that better? I didn't want to blow the audio out. I'm always weary of that. Oh, not weary, wary. That's the right word. Weary is I'm just tired of it. Always wary of that because I hear the reference in the headphones. I don't know what comes out through there. So I don't know if it's actually blowing the speakers out that you guys are listening to. That's the other thing. That's a weird thing too. I need to maybe figure out a different way to set up my mixer to see if I can get a better reference off of it. Because the way I do it's just kind of like simple, man. No, you're. I just kind of plug it in and run. But one of the things too, I've noticed an actual sound difference in the reflections that are coming off because this will it doesn't absorb the sound, but what it does is it deflects it differently. It keeps it from just being a smooth surface and it kind of bounces it around a little bit. So I actually think it's a better improvement than what I was doing. What's up, John? How are you? Glad to see you, man. Glad you jumped in. I actually did. I had something queued up last time, John, and I didn't know if you were going to jump in or not. But I actually did huh? I actually did dadgummit, a channel promo for other channels, and I had yours queued up, John, but I didn't know if you were going to come in. If we get some more people in, I may put it up there anyways tonight. It's just kind of giving a little shout out to different channels that, like mine, which are small creator channels that have less than a. Yeah, you probably. Well, yeah, you probably were. I don't know if I did. Yeah, I did a live stream last week. But yeah, it's people that have less than 1,000 subscribers. Because show some love, man. That's what I was trying to do. Because small creators put their heart and soul into what they do, and it's good to get some kind of promotion out of it. And I don't know, the actual guy that I promoted last week, and I'll show you his little Castaway Studios. This guy's down under, of course. Now he does gear reviews and different things like that. He's into the podcasting field. That's the videos I watch, stuff about podcasting. But this guy's really cool, man. Got that laid back vibe to him. So, if you get a chance, go check him out. Check out his studio. He does a lot of good stuff. With like he reviewed the Rode Pod mic and Podcaster, the Pod something Rodecaster Pro. That's what it is. That fancy new mixer they've got out, which is about $600. But anyways, he did some really good reviews. So I said, you know what? I've been following your channel for a little bit. I'm going to throw something out there for you. And he actually jumped on and commented and said, thank you for the shout out. So it was good. I'm glad that I was able to do that. Well, let's talk about John's Junk. Now, this is John's Junk, his page. Hot Rod Photos, Eat Like a Man, video editing. Eat Like a Man, I have to say, John, is probably some of my favorites. The only one that I didn't like was the what was it? The banana and the hot dog bun, something like that you did. It was probably the I just can't see me having a hot dog. Harvard City. I'm sure it was, man. Goodness. I don't know. It's weird. Well, it may have been. Was that it? It may have been. That's probably what it was. It was one of those. I know it scarred me for life thinking about, who would eat that? Ugh. But that's cool. So, no, but I do like some of the stuff you come up with. It's cool to watch you put that stuff together and cook it. So much wrong. Yeah, but it's cool to watch you put that stuff together and the cooking. Yeah, I like the way you cook out there. There was one that you did, and I was trying to think because you had the coals actually on. It looked like on the wooden table. I'm sure there was I don't know, blocks or bricks or something down there that was keeping the coal off the table and just setting the pan directly on them. But yeah, very cool, very creative. So if you're watching this later, like after tonight, like tomorrow, maybe come by and check out John's Junk. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at some of the weird and off the wall stuff that's there. Always a good jaunt. But yeah, tonight, just kind of hanging out. If you guys got anything you want to talk about, we can. Actually, I hate to talk about my podcast, but I'm going to. Because you know what? I'm proud of it. I actually got listed on iHeartRadio. I'm surprised because I had been trying for 2 to 3 weeks now. I kept submitting. And actually, I finally got listed on iHeart, which is cool. I thought it was cool. I was proud of it. I was like, I took a screenshot of it when they sent me the email, and I said, check this out, babe. So now you can go listen to a crappy podcast on iHeart. No, well, none of us do. That's the thing. None of us want to see John's Junk. No, very cool. I like small creator channels. I like to see what people do when they what they're putting together, what they're putting out there. And there's a lot of good ones out there. And unfortunately, I say they get screwed a lot, but it is what it is. But that's the thing about it. This is a great platform for people just to go out and have a voice. And I think it's awesome. I think it's off. Uh-oh. Somebody mentioned me in a Facebook comment on Buzzsprout. I don't know what that's about. So I have to check out what that is. I wonder how they mentioned me. This crazy guy. Anyways. No, but yeah, just whatever. I enjoy doing the live streams. I think I like doing the live streams because it's just content. I don't want to say it's easy content, but it's content that you can put up there. And depending on how it goes and depending on the people you get in, depending on how it goes and how many people jump in, you can actually make some really good content from these. And plus, I can use these for video fillers later on down the road. And I was talking earlier about one of my I think it's cool. Other people may look at it and go, "Ugh, I don't know what's wrong with you people," but um, the damn, I can't get my thoughts straight tonight. That's probably why I quit recording my earlier episode. But when I was doing the Illuminati, why does that word keep escaping me? The Illuminati. I actually filmed it in a different way with two cameras, the webcam and then my Nikon, and it actually came off pretty cool to me because it gave me another idea of how I could, do a video with two cameras and put it together. And that was a pain in the butt stitching that crap together, finding because my audio, I actually didn't record through the camera or through the computer. I actually routed out my audio through my Zoom recorder and then took the recorded clips and the video clips and put them all together. And it was a whole bunch of 1, 2, 3. I mean, it was a pain in the butt getting all that stitched together, but I liked the way it came out. And thankfully, I got it all lined up. But then I took and threw a whole bunch of stuff in there because I'm learning to lose. I'm learning to use DaVinci Pro or DaVinci Studio, not DaVinci Pro, DaVinci Studio. And I threw a bunch of different stuff in there, just kind of tinkering around with it, just to kind of get a feel of some things I could do. I'm really impressed with DaVinci Resolve. I can't say enough good things about it. And the best thing about it is it's full featured and it's free. I can't believe they put it out there for free. But it's a lot better than that Corel crap I was using before. And not to bag on Corel. I mean, they helped me create a lot of videos. I won't say good videos, but a lot of videos. But there's something weird with it. It's like a sounding noise whenever it just renders the video back weird. So I had to find something better. Actually, I like DaVinci. So I've been using it for a while. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing good tonight. I'm glad you jumped in. Because I would still be talking to myself if you didn't. To be honest with you. And actually, I found a cool little feature with YouTube Studio here, doing the live streams. You can actually pop out the chat. So I took the chat out of there and I'm putting it in here. Now, I want to figure out how to put it in the actual stream itself or in the OBS, because you can put it in OBS. So you guys are looking at the chat there on the screen instead of having to stare at your phones or whatever it is you're watching on at this given time. But yeah, so it's really cool. So I don't have to keep switching between two different monitors. Goodness. Anyway, I think I'm gonna build a fire tonight. Build a fire. Just kind of chill out, hang out, sit in front of the fire and watch TV. I don't know. Has anybody seen The Joker yet? I watched The Joker a couple of weeks ago. Finally got to see it. I'm that guy that waits for it to come out. I don't go to the theaters a lot. I actually saw it. Man, that was a great movie. I don't know if you've seen it, but if you haven't, I suggest you go either buy the Blu-ray or just wait till it comes out on pay-per-view or on demand or whatever you call it. Video streaming. We'll call it video streaming now. Great movie. I loved it. It was done and it was just gritty and raw. It was just, man, it was a great movie. And Joaquin Phoenix, I have to give him props, man. He played that role the best I've ever seen anybody play the Joker role. Great. Oh, just great. And I'm sure, Chuck, oh, yeah, well, I'm not a fan of the movie theater. Cincinnati style chili tonight. Got my own heat source. Oh, man. Well, that sounds pretty cool, John. I think I'm gonna have, what am I gonna have tonight? I'm actually gonna have like a tuna noodle casserole. Nuda. Tuna noodle. Tuna noodle casserole. That's what I'm gonna have. But no, going back to yeah. See, now I'm weird on that, John. Chili has to have beans, or I don't think it's chili. It's soup at that point to me. I don't know. That's weird. Another one I like, white chicken chili. I don't know if you, yeah, yeah, really. I don't know if you guys have had white chicken chili before. That's really good, man. That's good. I could eat so much of that stuff I get sick, but it's really, really good. Talking about food, I went and got my haircut today, and the little place I get my haircut's right beside a Mexican restaurant that everybody in Gainesville goes to. And the crazy thing is, she was telling me that the Channel 2 was over there one day last week because they've been lying on their health inspection sheet. They've been getting like 50s. And they've taken one that says like 95. It's been posted on the wall for months. And they actually came over there and busted them. I'm thinking, thank goodness we hadn't been there in a while. That's crazy. And that got me thinking about restaurants. I was sitting there while she was cutting my hair, and I'm thinking, how many other restaurants actually do that you actually go to? That you think, oh, this is great, but then the health inspector has come in and said, this is not so great. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Got to get your hair cut. My hardest part about getting a haircut is deciding which one. That's the hardest part about getting a haircut. So I just get them all cut. That way it's done. Done, done, done. And yes, my wife rolls her eyes whenever I use that joke because I know it's old and dated. But what do you do? I'm old and dated too, so that's good. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys for jumping in tonight. I really appreciate it. I like when people come in and hang out. I'd like to make this a little bit more flashy and special, but you know what? I'll take it for what it is. I like it. It looks like I've got a crooked poster on the wall behind me. I just now noticed that. I'll have to fix that. Yeah, I do too. I do too, because man, you can get sick at these places. Looking at the score is an important thing, but if they're lying about their score, that's when it gets kind of, it makes you think, can you really trust any restaurant? And I'm not saying that all restaurants do that. And of course, I'm sure every one of them are on the up and up, but little places like that, just to keep people coming in the door or lie about their score, that's dangerous because, I mean, man, people can get deathly sick from eating stuff, especially if it's prepared in a bad way or it's done in, unsavory, unfavorable conditions for food, if you will. So, anyway. Man, I hope you guys are having a good day today. Hope you got something good planned for tomorrow. I think we're going birthday partying tomorrow. That's all we're going to be doing, and I'm going to be hanging out with the family and just enjoying the day. Of course, Sundays are depressing for me. I don't like Sundays. Sundays are the worst day of the week for me. I don't know why. Well, I know why, but it is what it is. Get some. So you want one that's just above failing? Well, it's almost failing, but it's not. So it's probably going to be good. I wonder if that's what people actually gives it character, right? It's got a character to it. So what if you have to clean your own table? Going to Cleveland tomorrow. What you got going on there? Family stuff, or you just going to go just to hang out? No, I've been wanting to go back. I haven't been to and I've been planning on doing this. Me and my wife talked about it. There's the Bigfoot Museum up towards I think it's LJ. No, it's not LJ. Where is the Bigfoot Museum? Dang it, John. I don't know if I could stomach that. Oh, LJ. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think I could stomach that. But yeah, going back to that previous, I've been wanting to go to the Bigfoot Museum up there just to kind of kick around and pick around and look around in there and see what's going on with it. But my son went. He said it's a really cool place to go. He said there was I think there was a guy or some girl in there that was just really excited about, hey, man, how you doing? Come on in. He's got a Bigfoot over here. It's a Bigfoot. Yeah. Yeah. I can imagine. I wonder, surely it's not local folks. I'm sure it's people that are passing through or visiting the mountains or coming through to, see the turning of the leaves. And I'm sure that's what brings everybody in. But I would like to go check it out and take some pictures and get some things put together. But, that's a weird thing. When I was a kid, I really believed in Bigfoot, and I still do to some degree. I think there's a lot of weird crap out there that goes on that, we're not. You should, man. Maybe one time just stop in and go, hey, this is the Bigfoot Museum. But no, it would be kind of cool. I want to go up there. I'm just fascinated by stuff like that. I'm actually fascinated by culture, that especially that kind of counterculture stuff. The what do they call those? Cryptics? Yes. It's cryptozoology. That's what it is. Cryptozoology. It's the weird stuff that's out there in the world, stuff. I mean, and I believe in stuff like that. And I think there's a lot of crazy stuff out there. And, but there's a lot of crazy stuff that I don't think I want to run into. I like to talk about it and I'll do a podcast about it. I'll even do this about it, but I don't know if I want to run into it. Just very nice. Very nice. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I always remember the episode on not Believe It or Not. It's not Believe It or Not. What was it? It was the In Search of. I loved the In Search of series as a kid, especially the ones hosted by Leonard Nimoy. Those were always the best. And they did this big hour-long special about Bigfoot. Man, it was really good. I mean, Leonard Nimoy just, his voice and his presence just added something to all of those episodes. And I think when he quit doing it, I don't know if the show went downhill from there. I don't know if he did the entire series of In Search of. But man, there was just something about Leonard Nimoy. His presence was just great with those shows. And always kind of sucked you in. You're just like, it's Leonard Nimoy. He's talking about Bigfoot. I got to stop it. Because I was a kid at the time, man. And it was awesome. It was awesome for me. Saturday television was awesome as a kid. I'll just say that. You had the skunk ape down in South Florida. Now, did you experience that? Did you actually experience that? Sorry about that. That's cool. I mean, when I was young, when I was younger, every sound in the woods at night was Bigfoot. Something in the woods gonna get you. But the thing about Bigfoot, the weird thing about Bigfoot is, it's turned into kind of a cultural thing. People, there's certain areas of the United States where it's celebrated. It's like a big party. It's a Bigfoot party. It goes on for weeks or more. People actually travel to these Bigfoot. I don't want to call them Bigfoot Day. Yeah, what was that smell like? Because I've read a lot of descriptions about what that encounter with a skunk ape actually is, and I'm sure it's a foul smelling beast at best. But I've always wondered about that, because I do. I believe there are things roaming around that, we just don't know. We've either seen or glimpsed or. That's the thing about Bigfoot, though. A lot of people make it out to be this huge, monstrous beast, which is what which are what the descriptions are. And scary, and it's howling, and it's carrying on. But I don't know if there's ever been a negative interaction where somebody was actually hurt by Bigfoot. If there are, I don't think I've ever seen anything reported about that. So I think it's probably if, and I say yes, but if it is real, I think it's probably just as scared of us or as fascinated by us as we are of it. Oh, really? Much worse than the skunk smell. Ugh, I don't like skunks. Now, of course, talking about this, I think it's funny. I've gone back, researching a lot of the Bigfoot and all of the things going on with it, and read a bunch of stuff about it. And I come across some articles that are online now. It's like the tabloid articles, guy. Some jackass was, he's fell in love with Bigfoot. Some stupid stuff like that. Some people are out there, man. Those are the people, though. Those are the people that are probably fun to talk to. Because he's got some weird stories. And speaking of weird stories, have you seen this viral video of this lady in the Walmart stores or just in little grocery stores cussing people out and telling them they need Jesus? Oh, she has a few choice words for people, man, and it is hilarious. I'm dying laughing thinking about this lady. And she's just cussing up a storm. I mean, she is carrying on. I keep kicking my camera. I did that one time before. It drove me mad. I'm not going to adjust it again. I'm going to leave it right where it is. Anyway. Yeah, enough of that crap. My wife actually showed me the video of that. There's a couple of them out there that have really gone viral. And she is a wordsmith. I'll put it that way. One night we're camping out in the glades. It's something right through our camp. Really? Man, you have all the good experiences, Chuck. So was it like, it was enough for you to, you don't know what it was, but do you think it was just animal in nature or, not animal in nature? That's weird. I've never had any of those experiences like that. I've read about people that have. Odd stuff in the woods. Was it stuff that you've run up on or what was it, John? A lot of the things with, and I used to be a big hunter, and I would go to hunting camps with something really big. Yeah, see, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. Those are cool experiences, but anyway. But I used to go to hunting camps with my mom's husband at the time. It's getting barked. No. We'd spend time out in this little hunting cabin that they built. And it was really cool. But at night, it would get deathly quiet. I mean, deathly quiet in this place out there. And all you would hear is the wind coming through the trees. And you'd hear the occasional coyote or something else rumbling around, but never anything weird. That was never ran into anything weird. Now, I do remember the story. My mom's husband at the time was telling me. He said they actually left the hunting camp one night, went out into town or whatever, and they were coming back, and I think they had a little too much to drink, which is what they always did. They always had too much to drink, which, made them fun to be around. A bunch of happy drunks is what they were. But he said the police actually pulled him over. They took the car, and he had to walk back to camp from. And he said, I don't know what was following me, but whatever it was, the faster I went, faster it got. It scared me to death. This is all I could do to run through the woods. the middle of the night to get back to the camp. And the way he told it, just half drunk and just it was hilarious. But no, I've never had anything happen out in the woods like that. I've never had any experiences that, especially out camping or anything else, that would be considered out there, if you will. But anyway, man, it's been a good conversation tonight. I like when it goes to different places. Again, we started with nothing. We got something there. So I don't know if you checked out the Illuminati video, but I thought the Illuminati was fascinating until you get in and research it, and you come to find out that there's really nothing to it. Foxfire will freak you out. What is Foxfire? Get half drunk? No, he was fully inebriated, I'm sure. What is Foxfire, John? I've never heard of that. Foxfire. Speaking of getting drunk, man, I can't remember the last time that I was actually totally drunk. I cannot remember the last time. And it had to be, man, in my 20s, definitely in my 20s. Glowing biomaterial. I'm going to check that out. Foxfire. Okay. But no, when you're talking glowing biomaterial, you're talking about like decaying wood or things in the woods that are probably at that state of decay. Ball lightning. Yeah, you know what? Well, there's something that causes that. It's decaying wood or decaying whatever, leaves or whatever. It puts off a gas, and when the gas actually reaches the surface and gets to the air creates what looks like glowing flames or fireballs or weird lights and different things like that. Yeah, so there is some truth to that. And the thing about it is that's kind of back in the olden days, back in the days before science had a real firm grasp on everything, and we were headed in the direction of being able to explain a lot of this stuff. That's where people saw a lot of weird stuff out in the woods, and when they're traveling on the dark roads in their buggies drawn by horses. That's actually where the name jack-o'-lantern come from. That's kind of part of that whole myth and lore behind that name. Well, looking back at you, huh? I've never seen stuff like that, other than just animals with the reflection coming off their eyes. Yeah, that's another thing too. That's another thing that's weird. That freaks me out more than anything. It's an animal, but whenever the light reflects, you're standing out on your porch at night or whatever it is, or you're out in the woods at night, and the moonlight hits the animal's eyes just right, and you get that glow. And it's not that it's weird that it's there; it's that feeling that glowing eye gives you when you're 12 and of course, that's gonna freak any 12-year-old out. I know it would have freaked me out at 12 years old. It would still freak me out at 51. You kidding me? Because you're going to do a double take. You're going to be like, what was that? Yeah, I don't know. That's always strange. There's a lot of unexplained things in the world that just go to freak you out. I'll tell you what does freak me out. The oceans and the sea, just the depth. And we've never fully explored that. We've got a good grasp on what goes on, but I don't know. Sleeping on the ground 10 miles from the trailhead. Get off my lawn, kids. Yeah. Absolutely. Get off my lawn. I'm at that age now. Here's the weird thing about it. Everything has gotten so advanced when you get off my lawn, kids. I love that. My wife always says, don't be that old guy trying to do Facebook. Which I am, because I'm saying, how do you do this? Now, if I do this, what's that going to do? Because I don't know how to use Facebook properly. I know how to post stuff, but that's about it. And then last night, I'm almost embarrassed to tell this story, but everything you can order, via your phone, like Five Guys. So I said, you know what? I really want a cheeseburger from Five Guys. I wanted something from Five Guys. So my wife says, okay, well, let's run in here and we'll do this. I'll go ahead and place the order on my phone. It'll be ready for pickup. And we just walk in and get it and go home. Great. Perfect. I'm happy with that. So we get there and I walk in and I'm just standing there and I'm thinking, surely somebody's going to say, hey, can I help you? I'm just standing there because my wife placed the order and I'm thinking they're going to call out, hey, your order's ready. So I'm standing there, and finally my wife comes in. She goes, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I don't know. I'm waiting for him to get the food ready." She says, "You gotta tell them." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know. Surely I'm standing in your store. I hadn't said a word. Maybe you had asked me what I needed." And I just looked at her and I said, "Well, old guy Facebook, that's me. So here I am." No, everything. Yeah. So are you a diver, Chuck? You go diving? You said underwater is wonderful. I've never done anything like that. The biggest thing I've ever, I mean, swim in the ocean, yeah, but you don't go deep in that because of sharks. Not me, anyway. And Lake Lanier, I stay out of Lake Lanier. It's a big cesspool anymore. I just, I have no desire. And I don't live far from Lake Lanier either. Wow, that's amazing. What's it like when you get down that deep? I mean, I know it's quiet underwater, but when you get down that deep, what's it like visually? I know, do you have to use lights? I mean, I don't know. Because again, I've never done it. I've never been scuba diving or anything like that. Yeah, that's fascinating. I mean, the underwater, it's not underwater that scares me. It's just I mean, just the expanse of the oceans and what could possibly be down there that we've, not uncovered yet. Because you see all the video footage of all the strange and crazy looking fish that are down there. You amplify that by 100, and what else is down there? It's just crazy. Okay, it depends on where you go, but yeah, I don't know. I would be, I would probably be open to doing some kind of diving in not really a deep spot, and I don't want to say a spot that's not prone to um, sharks or anything, but something that was controlled, a controlled environment, because I'm sure it's like anything else. First time you do it, it freaks you out a little bit. It's like my nephew. My nephew and my brother-in-law. God, they skydive. There's no way I'm jumping out of a perfectly good plane, but it's a thrill for them. That's what they love to do. I can imagine the view from there, but not for me. Thanks. I'm not jumping out of a plane. So most fish stay above 100 feet. Man, that's just fascinating. I can imagine being down that deep. Yeah, but again, that's one of those things I'll probably never do. I'll talk about it, but I'll probably never do it, which is cool. Which is definitely cool. Mm, 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 mm. Anyway, well, guys, I think I might jump off here and go have some dinner, build my fire, kick my feet up, just do nothing. Just hang out for the rest of the evening with my. Well, that's the thing. I mean, what does a like a scuba excursion cost? I mean, that's because I don't know. I mean, I can get a snorkel and jump in the water. That's been about the extent of my scuba diving. When you're younger, you get the little strap on goggles and you hold your breath and you're going, touch the bottom. Okay, well, great. It's been about the extent of my scuba diving experience. No, it's, I don't know. I may put that on the bucket list of things to try before I leave this earth. I don't know. That's the thing with bucket lists. They keep growing and growing and growing. Eventually, I may do some of the stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, man. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna take a dip out of here. I appreciate you guys coming in, man. It means a lot to me when you take time to stop by and just hang out in the live stream. I know it's just me running my mouth, and it could be more exciting, but the conversations are fun. I appreciate the company and the and just the support, I guess you'd call it. I hate calling it support because it feels like Yeah, come in and support me, please. Please. No, I'm not gonna do that crap. But I do appreciate it. It's good when you guys come in. I wish I could get it out to. Oh, really? Cool, man. That would be amazing. I might take you up on that. We'll just see if we can do that. We can plan to do something like that because I would like to have that experience just to kind of see what it is. Um, yeah, very cool. Thanks for the offer. Let's see if we can put something together where I can try that. Preferably when it gets warmer. I don't want to be a popsicle floating around in the water. Anyway, yeah, definitely. Thanks, Chuck. Thanks for offering that. We'll get something together on that when it gets warmer. I would definitely like to try that. But yeah, thanks guys for coming in tonight. I appreciate it. I want to try to get this out to a broader audience and get more people in. And I'm actually starting to price some new gear and getting ready to do that. So if you guys got anybody that wants to do a live stream, be a part of this, I'm about to that point. I'm 2 steps away. I've got one more thing to buy, and then I think we'll be good. But I'll set up the round table here in my little, I call it my office. It's my little playroom, my studio, whatever you want to call it. Got enough lighting set up. I've got the audio worked out. I've got the, I think I got the video worked out too. So I don't know. I'd like to do some more interactive stuff with people. So if you got an idea for something, you want to come hang out with me one night, please do. There's another one too. StreamYard. I signed up for it, and it's supposed to be able to actually, like if, well, let's say you and John, Chuck, so let's say y'all have your webcams. If y'all wanted to do a live stream with me one night, you could jump into the StreamYard program, and it actually lets you do a lot of different channels all at one time. So that's a good idea. My only thing with StreamYard though is I've not seen. I don't want to say it's quality, but I've not seen a lot of quality streams from people that use StreamYard. And not to sound like a snob, but yes, I'm a live streaming snob. But no, my big thing is it needs to be quality audio, quality video. That way aesthetically it's more pleasing to me. Me personally, again, I'm not saying anything bad about those that aren't. I'm not, because I remember what some of mine looked like to begin with. I was like, ugh. I still watch them. I still got them. I took them down from my channel, but I still got them all in my hard drive, and I watch them from time to time. But no, I'm always looking for people that want to do some things on, with a live stream or with a podcast. So if you know anybody or you want to do it yourself, let me know. Definitely let me know. We'll put something together. But yeah, Chuck, I'm sure you already have a gaming PC. The only thing you're gonna need is now this is what I use. You can buy them on up to 4K resolution and all that other stuff, but for live streaming applications, I say no, save the money. I use a Logitech C920. That's all I use, and you can get those for about 50 to $60 right now on Amazon. And then you can use a program like OBS, which is what my live streams come through. Now, OBS is good for me because, and OBS is free. It's an open broadcast software. It's the newest version, 24.0.3. Man, it allows you to do so much. I mean, you can switch between different scenes like this. You can switch over to, this is my little video I created for my opening. Of course, I need to make the podcast thing a little bit bigger there, but that's okay. And you can come back. So you can do a lot of different things with OBS, a webcam, a computer, and OBS. You're set. And then really you just go in and you tinker with the settings to get your video how you want it to look and different things like that. Like it's pretty simple. I could probably put together a tutorial and put it on here, and then you could go in and check it out. But once you do that and you're all set up and you're ready to go, what I would do, since I would be the author of the stream, is share the stream key with whoever's going to be on, and then that way you put that into your streaming, and you're actually a part of the. No, no, I'm not. You put that into the the OBS, and then you hit your live stream and you go live, and then you just get sucked into the live stream. It basically, it'll create two different feeds or multiple feeds depending on how many people. So what I'll do, Chuck, is I'll put together a little quick tutorial on that, send it to you, and you guys, anytime y'all want to do, something live like this, we can jump on and do something live. And that would be cool too, because, how we did when you guys came by and we hung out and did the episode, the ghost hunting paranormal episode, which was really cool, by the way. It's the same thing. It's just your setup and everything runs together, except you're just in a different location. So all of the audio and everything else, and plus, there's audio things too. I mean, you would definitely need, I wouldn't even say, for me, what I found, running everything through a mixer sounds good, but I've got one you can use if you want to try that. And typing sucks. It does too, man. Lately, my typing sucks. But I've got a small mixer that you can use that just sits and collects dust. So if you want to try that out, I can bring it in one day and let you take it next time you're around, or send it with your you know what I'm trying to say. So that way you can monkey around with it, see if you like it. But yeah, so let me put something together. I'll try to do that tomorrow if I have time. If not, I'll do it one day. I can do that anywhere, so that's cool. So I'll put something together. I'll put it up here on the channel, or just send it to you however you like. If you've got a Dropbox or something, I can just forward it to that. I could even put it on Google Drive if I need to, and give you access to that. Little Nikki. So so I could actually get you that, but that would be cool. So I'm gonna put that together for you, and then we're gonna try to pull that off. That's gonna be fun. That'll definitely be fun. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it. Tonight's been a good night. I've enjoyed the conversation. But I hope you come back next week. I'm going to try to do this again. I'm trying to go back to every Saturday night. Maybe if we can get something put together, we can maybe try something different with the live streams coming up. And then the thing about it is just going to be exposure. So if we get it set up and everything works well, and you guys want to jump on here and do that, Chuck, tell your friends, tell your family, whatever that is. Say, hey, I'm going to be here tonight. Here's the link. Let's do it. So anyway, but for anybody that watches this video later, go by and check out John's Junk. Great channel. Eat Like a Man, probably my favorite segment in there. I like the video editing tips and tricks that you show, John, but the Eat Like a Man segment is probably my favorite of everything that you put up there. I think it's just it's really cool. So except for the Twinkie. No more Twinkies, please. Twinkie and hot dogs. No. Anyway. Well, I don't want to jump off here, guys, and go hang out with the wife and kids. Appreciate you coming by. Thank you so much. I do so much appreciate it. And we're going to do it again next week. And I hope you come by and join us. And till we come back, hope you guys have a great day tomorrow and a good week ahead of you. And we will see you guys later.